Hello, everyone. I am Satinka Brasington, and I wanted to check in and see how you guys are doing and tell you that I think right off the bat, you guys are pretty lucky to start where you are, to start with a detox, to start with Solle Naturals, a package in mind for hitting the reset button on your mind and your body, and kind of like what we focused on the group, how we would like to sort of detox and let go of last year, and what that looks like. Like, you guys are so lucky, like I said, to be in the place that you are, to learn the value of what it is to take a look at our food, our exercise, and our water, and to use some nutrition and adaptogenic herb blends by Soul that can aid in the process of, kickstarting some systems that might be sluggish, or to help you eliminate some things that might be stuck, or just eliminating in general, improving that. Like, you guys have all of that in this group, and I hope that you are just so proud of yourself for saying yes to that, saying yes to the education on some of the things that we've been doing together and what we've been learning about. And again, you guys, you are just one lucky bunch. And with that, I'd like to share a little bit about how I started with Solle Naturals. When I was first introduced to the herbs, it was not in the form of a detox. I mean, I'd never even heard the word detox, probably in the right context. What I knew detox was, or thought it was, it just had to do with like druggies going through withdrawals or something. Honest to goodness, that's what I thought. I didn't know that detox meant what it is, and what we've learned from in this group. So when I was introduced to the herbs, I was in a bit of a health crisis. I was pregnant with my third child, and I had every manner of digestive woe that you can think of, from horrible indigestion to not going to the bathroom regularly, and just always bloated, always gassy, and just discomfort literally from like my guts to my mouth all the time. And there was some other things going on too, but my good friend Lisa Tucker, she said, hey, let's take a look at what you're eating. It sounds like you might be dealing with a candida overgrowth. It's not unusual, very easy to manage, and also with the use of these herbs, we can get you some relief that'll also help you with changing the way you're eating. And I got relief right away with the herbs, and I started on a package, and I had Vital, Cinnamate, the probiotics, and the protein powder, and I got relief right away, where I was able to not have so much pain in my mouth, and feeling better also helped me have a better attitude, because when she told me what I had to do about my eating, I was such a whiny baby about everything. I was like, well, then what can I eat? And really felt like deprived, honestly. But then too, I was in the third trimester of my third pregnancy. It was miserable as it was. So I think I just found reasons to whine and complain. So, with all of that getting in order, and being able to manage my diet and all that, and then I had the baby, and was really doing well physically. But what I didn't know that I was going to experience was the mental health improvements. And, a lot of us don't talk a lot about that, because let's be honest, we don't want anyone to think that there's a problem. And in my case, I do come from a family of mental health illnesses, and, I just never wanted to appear that I might be an unfit mother, or maybe I can't do this, or maybe, and all the negative things you just go through when you're in a lower mental health state. And the herbs, what they were doing, knowing, you guys have learned that all the Solle Naturals products have adaptogenic herbs, and they're known for their ability to improve your physical health and your mental health, to improve both at the same time. And because of sticking to a program that I had started with while I was pregnant, and even adding a couple more things like Adaptable and Renew and the Vertizymes, I mean, things just continued to improve so much. And when I got to the other side of my mental health being improved, I didn't realize how emotionally out of control that it really was, because that was normal to me. That was just, well, that my mom was that way, so I'm that way. That was the way my mom dealt with things. That's the way I deal with things. And because I didn't know different or see it any differently, I really didn't think that there was a problem. And when I began to be more response oriented, and even my family noticed, then I began to also, I was a much better listener about some of the things that other people were going through, with dealing with depression and anxiety and all of that. And I never had a diagnosis, but when I heard the stories of other people, of what they'd gone through and what they'd overcome with the use of the herbs, I was able to identify, wow, that's what that was. Oh my gosh, I had no idea. But there was a lot of freedom. The better I got, every year I did that. I mean, I've been doing this now for a few years, so there's been a lot of accumulative benefits I've seen over the years. But it just, you can't, sometimes we just don't know how bad it is until you get well and you get to the other side, and you've had kind of a pause in the symptoms or the things that you were dealing with. And I am just so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I could get to this other side, and also to be proud of the results, knowing that I was consistent, knowing that I did trust the process, and knowing that I have all these other people who've had great results. And that just makes me really proud that I'm still here and I'm still seeing benefits and still improving my health. And so wherever you're at, you started with a detox. And as we begin to talk about what would be a great next step, just be proud that you said yes to yourself for this. Be proud that you said yes to a cleanup or a letting go process of things that you want to let go of mentally or physically, cravings, or even just junk that you may have gone through in the last year. Just be proud that you started with a detox, and count yourself lucky, because this has been a fabulous group to learn what we've learned together. Don't give up on yourself. Trust the process, and talk with your mentor or whoever introduced you to the group or to the herbs. Talk to them and say, hey, what would be my next steps? What package is right for me to continue to improve myself and improve my health? And I'm so glad that you're here.